Glory to the Queen. Well, Empress.
Empress, but
we've been able to go to our houses during the day and everything, or are we stuck in that one building for these days, basically?
for those 6 days, you were able to like slip out and get to your house, but
Okay,
can't really move around too much.
you know, there's probably like, if they're going to try and kill Laurel again, I'd imagine they probably would have gone to his store. So, and nobody's really guarding that, are they?
Well, Laurel's store is not on fire.
Is there any signs of break-in?
I'll burn
No.
down my shop. I will.
His family's chilling out at home, wondering why there's a lockdown.
After this, Riff probably wants a drink. So,
Laurel gets a message in his head.
you're fired!
Best.
He immediately realizes it's from the Archmage.
Right. Yeah.
At the end of the lockdown, it's basically, see me immediately, in private.
Laurel goes to the Archmage. Also, just quickly.
He also recommends bring guards.
Well, all right. Yeah.
Guards are, if you tell,
Dibs.
if you say anything about that with Riff around, she will totally go crazy. Like, she wants to meet this guy. Like, he's the
Alright,
most
yeah, she
powerful
can-
dude.
Oh, they can bring her. You know, he knows him. They just do some shit together. You know, hang out. He can bring her. Rithland. Maybe introduce them. You know, he doesn't think the old guy has anyone like that in his life anyway. So.
The most powerful fucking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He'll gather you all and bring you. But first, what was those meetings? What was the result of them?
Well, basically, it's a combination of coordinating, coordinating the guards and discussing. Laura hasn't been really told a ton from them. The Empress has put, a lot of resources forward for investigation. One of the things you know is House Dayfire. The entire house has completely been revoked of its noble status. Every member.
ouch.
Which one was? Oh, the
Midgets.
The Halfling house.
The hobbits.
man.
The house has been completely revoked. Nothing is, every single member of them have been also exiled from the city. The Empress is not in a good mood.
No, they must have a terrible time right now. But I mean, they kind of did confess to murdering at her ball. I mean, I guess nobody's really super surprised over the reaction they faced. Yeah.
Other than that, it seems like there's going to be a permanent increase in the number of guards watching over the city.
All right.
All districts are to make sure they have more guards going in both day and night watches. Especially districts who have walls, watchtowers, etc.
Need to build some of those at some point.
The final notice is in simple. The Empress has speeded up her diplomatic efforts slightly. Instead of going through her full, instead of going through all the full, terms and agreements and finishing off her sieges, she's basically put down to, instead of fully annexing them, they'll become a vassal state.
Oh.
So she can instead just deal with this now.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
All right. Whoa, Empress home.
Yeah, the Empress is at home now. Her attention's been gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it's just staring down on everything.
Gather up, everyone. We have someone to meet.
You can just
The
say that
Archmage.
you like the
Sure.
contingent. Riff is very excited after you say that we're meeting the Archmage.
Lowell actually won't say the Archmage.
Oh.
He'll use his first name.
He's so much buddy with him. So first name basis with
Alcazar.
Uh-huh.
Do-
Me and Al.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
goes-
Allie.
She goes to the Archmage's academy.
Yes.
he is in his the office in the top room. You're welcomed in. He immediately closes the door behind you.
Does Laurel's guards allowed into?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, he'll gesture for you to stay quiet. Doesn't really know if that's necessary, but
Well, Laurel.
I'll run.
That was an unexpected evening. Don't you
Sometime
think?
ago as well.
And the Empress is going... I can tell you now, the Empress is going to be in a bad mood for quite a long while.
I imagine this is a defeat, even if it's not directly.
Well, in a way, it is direct to her. That advisor was rather important to her.
Oh, I am not sure what he did exactly, but I gathered as much.
Well, I can tell you some things. I don't know everything. One of the things that always got me a little bit was he always thought he was a better mage than I was. He
Also
wasn't.
frowns.
But a position on the Empress's court definitely is good for that. Nonetheless, the main thing he did was sort out the Empress's various magical affairs. Most notably, he did a lot of research into quite a bit of different magic. One of the things he was researching into was the siphoning and capturing of magic, especially fey magic.
Well, that's why that makes sense then.
Yep, it's the reason the Empress has been targeting so many supplies of cold iron.
What does she want to do with the Fae?
I'm not totally sure, but all I know is the Empress was planning something quite big with all the energy she's been capturing up. And now everything is, well, she can't, there's no way she can even, right now, basically the chief engineer on it is now gone.
Whatever project she has stalled.
Which is not, the Empress does not like to be delayed.
It seems not. And you have found something you were searching for and called me here to see it.
No, I haven't found it yet. I'm still searching. But to be precise, I'm trying to find what the Empress is working on. Because we're not talking a small level of power she's trying to build up.
He sort of frowns slightly and says, no, she has the entire empire at her disposal. If it was easy or even extremely hard, she would have it.
But I've been searching been searching the entire continent, searching for where she's been doing it. Unfortunately, all my spells have come up negative so far.
It's most likely another plane then. Or
Possibly.
in her own.
That might be the case. Unlikely though. A demi-plane like that one doesn't normally access too well to other things like the Fae.
I don't know much about planar travel and the like.
Understandable. But this plane would be the closest one to try and access the Fae from. My assumption for why it'd be here.
That's very well. So you called me.
Yes.
Rather
'Cause
urgently.
This clearly poses a threat in many ways. Someone willing to oppose the Emperor so directly is going to be quite a major threat in all regards.
Someone who must be sure that they will not be caught.
For example, I heard reports of what happened to House Dayfire.
Yes. Someone would probably call it a just sacrifice.
Something seemed off, though.
Well, yes, very.
Did any of you notice anything?
It looks to Raphael.
Raphael, who's been mostly like just staring in front of him, like looking at the books and stuff, like jerks him like, what?
There's like 20-foot tall bookshelves.
He jerks him like, what? I was distracted.
Riff nods and says, yeah, Nairu spotted something as Raphael saw it, kind of gestures to him.
Raphael
Gestures
nods.
to Raphael.
Her eyes seemed distant somehow. I can't really describe it. Something was off, though. They didn't seem, sort of searching for the words, clear, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe it was the fear.
He considers. Something. I wonder. He turns around and starts scrolling through his books. You know, you see basically books flying everywhere as he tries searching for one specific book, clearly. As one of it, he starts floating over and opens to a page. Does it look something like this? And what you see is a picture of a person whose eyes does look very similar expression to what you saw for like the split second.
Raphael nods. Yes, that looks similar. I only saw it for a second, though.
Naru probably nods as well.
Well, if what you saw was actually correct, then House Dayfire was completely innocent.
Who suspected as much?
That was a very special kind of magic, specialized in the modification of memories very temporarily. So as far as she was concerned, she was guilty.
So it looks like she's in dread. Oh, fuck. She's in complete dread right now and kind of walks in the back of the room. Just
It is safe to assume
looking out the very big window.
It is safe to assume then that the Archbishop is in on whatever is going on, since he should easily have been able to recognize such a sign, and perhaps nullify whatever magic was there.
As the problem stands, the magic only really shows signs very briefly. Even if you were to pick up on it, stopping it, especially when the Empress has a sword to someone's chest, is not very easy. Maybe he was in on it, but I can't say so for sure.
There's also the issue of my poisoning. It cannot be coincidental.
No, but why would they target you?
Why indeed? And why not with something more lethal if they were going to do it anyway?
If they're
I
willing
can
to...
only think that they wanted me or someone to give me attention.
If they're wanting to pay a lot, you'd think they'd buy something very more potent as well. You're known for having a potion yourself. You'd probably be quite resistant.
Yes, I would think so. It could have been a distraction, but then their timing was off. I cannot imagine someone capable of doing this would let that happen.
It is certainly possible that your fortune may have somehow delayed it enough to put off things from their plans, but I see that doubtful. I see them more waiting for the opportunity when you've collapsed.
And if you wanted a distraction, why pick the person who might be actually resistant to it? Why not one of the pampered nobles who would never drink anything but wine in their lives?
Unless for some reason that person has a vendetta against you, in this case.
Yes, who else would spike the pineapple cider?
He quirks an eye. Pineapple cider. Interesting
Yes.
choice.
My favorite drink, really.
Riff perks up and says, "We have made a lot of enemies."
But these most enemies don't really know it's us, and they certainly would not have the power to poison someone at the Imperial Ball. I don't think, at least. Unless I severely underestimate them.
You did kind of piss off House Lane.
The Erlanes are not powerful enough to do something like this.
They control shipping. What's stopping them from stealing a few poisons?
So they may have wealth, but I very much doubt that they could get in and get out. There were blue cloaks everywhere.
The lanes were all over. Only
Yeah.
means their servant had to do something.
Looks to the Archmage.
It doesn't the city. Raphael shrugs. I don't know, but surely there can't be too many organizations that could do something like this. Is there a prominent assassins guild?
So he whispers a name that maybe, well, she'll look at Raphael and say that guy, I forgot his name actually, which is a little embarrassing. The guy she got the rumor about that he did some shady things. He had such a
Oh,
weird
what, that
name.
sword school? Swordsman school?
They were mercenaries too.
Yeah.
Like, what was his name?
Let me find the full name.
You know the guy there, right?
I know he's just
I know the guy you're referring to, I just don't know his full name off the top of my head. His full name... tokens... Caldor Vera.
So he looks to Raphael. Caldor Elvera? Was it that?
Yes, Caldor Vera. But... they probably wouldn't be able to do an assassination.
No, well, she wanted to ask him that anyway. She looks to Raphael. Do you know him?
Yeah, I don't know him.
Raphael remembers him. He was the sword person which we discussed about.
Mhm. I have heard of him. I had never spoken to him. He is a mercenary and a teacher of fencing, I do believe.
She looks down and says slowly, and selling slaves.
Is
Yes.
slavery legal in the Empire?
I don't think
they
slaves. I
requisitioned.
think he
Yeah, they
when slaves ran away, he went and got them back.
Yeah. He doesn't trade slaves. I think he just
No, but is slavery illegal?
reacquired them.
Or
Slavery,
is it like you can have
slavery-
colonial servants? Or...
slavery is technically legal, but it's frowned upon by most people.
Well, so I will say quietly that she heard he has been doing a lot of shady things.
But even so, I do not think he would assassinate. I mean, he shrugs. I don't know. There is too much
So we
unknowns.
must think of a motive as well. Someone wanted this person dead. Him, not anyone else. He wanted to poison me and make this person disappear. It has something to do with research, then surely. This project.
Raphael looks over to Laurel. Was whatever you were given poisonous enough to kill you? Potentially.
She said, no, I don't think so.
From what Laura would
Fell
know,
asleep for a long time, yes.
from what Laura would know is that if the poison took its full effect on him, the most it would do would be, it would break.
It would make me rather insane for a short while.
But so they were not after you to knock you out in the long run, only the short one. But he seems to shrug. It's been almost a week, and I just don't understand why.
Also, I can only narrow it down to getting my attention somehow. A clue, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Perhaps.
But a sinister one at that.
It seems like if you're actually going to do such an assassination in such an incredibly shocking
Voice.
and public way, you need to either have contact with very skilled assassins or have someone fanatical enough yourself and skilled enough yourself to do it. Again, I am wondering if there is a prominent enough assassins guild or society in the Empire or the city to be able to pull this off.
The Archmage is currently very, very high up on a ladder
Mm-hmm.
All right.
with a book. He seemed to float the book down to the table and climb down.
Prominent assassins guilds through the Empire's history.
Mm-hmm. My favorite book.
Actually, something on that line, yes.
Nighttime reading.
He scrolls through. This is a tracking of all the different all the different murders which have happened in this region of the Empire in the last 500 years.
Oh, looks at prominent murders, I'm sure.
Most of them are marked to either be prominent or useless. The useless ones I just scroll through.
That's
Petty ones aren't really things which concern
whole new
me.
edition about the plague, then.
The plague is not on here yet. That will need to be.
Perhaps the combination of poisons used against you, Laurel, is quite unique. Yes, it's not commonly found.
Yes, one is a gas form made to generally cause temporary insanity. The other one to induce a very extended amount of sleep.
Yes. So perhaps then, if we follow the logic that it is somehow a clue, maybe the combination of poisons is the key. He points to the book. If it is a rare combination, perhaps it is recorded to be used in previous crimes. If such, maybe it is detailed as belonging to a group or some such, like a signature poison.
He considers and starts skipping through very quickly. I mean, he's reading like 20 times faster than Raphael could even think of doing it.
If only Riff could learn to do that, the research would have taken nothing.
But Raphael is quick draw, so
He
He's
can't read the
faster.
pages quickly, but he can flip them like mad.
I flip.
Every book is like a scroll book or like
Table
a flip
flip.
book to him.
Yep, flip everything.
As he scrolls through, eventually as he's scrolling through, he goes over a page, stops, go back to one page.
Well, looks at the page.
This may be something to do with it.
And if their signature is poisoning an alchemist every time, that's horrible.
An anti-alchemist guild.
It doesn't happen often. The last time this happened seemingly was 200 years ago. Anything like this. But there is one record here of a rather interesting night. A magician was assassinated. The method is not quite the same, though. But at the same time, there was also his body. One of his bodyguards around was found to be insane the next morning. Conclusively, no group was tied to this, so the ones who did it would definitely need to be tied somewhere in the city. Let's have a look. And I'll probably need to see if this happened again in history. Maybe going back another 200 years.
This is an assassin's guild that only murders someone in a specific way every 200 years would be very specific.
Unless there's a specific reason about it. The question is why.
Well, it can't be for the money if they only active that rarely. Perhaps it is some sort of cult, a holy order dedicated to some god or something that takes upon themselves to enact his divine wishes. Raphael shrugs. I don't know. Someone, some powerful noble, perhaps, fostering a small but dedicated army of assassins.
It must be someone who wishes this very person to die. The chief engineer of a secret project.
Yes.
Someone who does not wish to see this finished. Or someone who very much wants the Empress's attention elsewhere.
The Archmage seems to have looked for more books.
I mean,
I'm going to do far more research on this, discover what I can, but there's got to be something linking this.
And how do you think the king is involved?
perhaps he is the perpetrator.
Does Bullet say that?
No. I don't know. Yes. Yes.
I'll look at the Archmage.
He's flicking through his books. When he realises you're looking at him, he looks up from his book for a second. Well, it's possible the king did it, but I doubt the king would be able to get this combination of poisons. They're not common in the slightest.
There's a sign then. Something that perhaps only I in that room would be able to recognize. At least in such a short time.
That is certainly true. Recognizing this poison is very difficult, especially since normally its signs go away very quickly. Less than a minute normally. Before, well, being able to basically track it down is gone, normally.
In other words, if someone, not me, had been affected by it, being able to tell it would be very difficult.
Seems so.
What was it? Drought poison and night something?
Nightmare vapor.
Mm.
Laurel, what kind of skill would it take to blend these kinds of things together? These things are normally two different types of ingestion.
You would have to specifically be very adversed in the making of poisons. Much more so than I am. Certainly it would have to be your main priority in life. It's hard to quantify, but certainly it takes a very great skill.
Well, it looks like I have a search to do. Searching for alchemists.
Poison was never my strong side.
Any of you have any? Do you have any leads you've got to work on?
Nope.
No,
Guess not.
really?
Like,
Unless you want to go to this clock tower.
Everything kind of leads to this, really.
Or like, we could go ask the prison why they're getting less incarcerations, and or like go ask the corn guys why.
But there's just...
How's the harvest going?
It's them damn...
Of course, you alter the people that like and dislike.
That,
That's true, but Zoe hasn't told us anything about that. So how do we know anything?
Of what?
What you discovered?
What part of it?
people
Oh, what
dislike.
who liked
Any
and
part of it. It's up to you.
You could just tap her and she would, snap out of it.
Oh yeah, but Laurel has no idea what she's been doing. Like, he doesn't think she's done anything special.
What? Really?
Well, she went in and played poker, right?
Well, okay, fine. So you'll look. And basically give Laurel the list that she has. I can copy it in the chat if you want. She has 2 lists, actually. But I don't think how helpful it's gonna be.
As long as Sir Alan can be our friend.
Oh, apparently unknown option name. What?
What?
I was not allowed to... Oh, it's because it says dark. Dark! Here you go.
I am not an unknown option. That really is formatting, but well. Skype does not format well in this.
No.
Yes, it's a list she found of people who liked having the Empress around, people who didn't like having the Empress around, liked having the King around, didn't like having the King around.
And she'll tell what she knows. I'm kind of tired, so if there's anything important, can you help Dark? Please.
Mm.
Cordell Erlane wants,
Wants the king but doesn't want the empress?
yeah, and Namara Rose is the opposite.
Namara Rose is the same person a certain person danced with.
Is perhaps she someone we should look into then?
There you go.
I suppose we could.
The people who seem to want both are simply imperial, excuse my words, but loyalists who enjoy the royal family. So, I can only imagine someone who knows what we know would not want the king to be present.
We can certainly talk to the young lady. She was friendly enough, as I recall. And meeting her again would certainly be nice.
I'll turn to the Agwage and says, is there anything else you need, or any suggestions or leads you might have?
Not much I have. I'm going to keep doing research. I'll give you another message if I find anything.
Good.
He seems to begin mage handing more books down.
This district has a lot of resources. It might be time to put them to use.
Well, as I said, I danced with the lady. I suppose I could try to introduce us.
Besides that, have you found out who burned the library?
Who are you asking?
Oh, the Archmage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Archmage gets up from like all his books he's like surrounding himself in. Peers over. Well, we didn't find a single individual. We found traces though. I did some very careful divinations. Some rather potent magic. A trail leading towards the sewer, though whoever it is covered themselves up afterwards.
The sewer.
So I didn't track it leaving the sewer, so quite strange.
Mr. Rithland, in your books. Looks at the other and says, it seems we're being targeted, each individual, in these awkward and weird ways. Regardless, you would send a message for me when you have more. We'll do the same. Sort of bows and says, Archmage.
Lord Mayor.
Take his leave.
And smiles. See you later, old man.
Grumble, grumble.
I'm not old, I'll show you old.
Wizards are always grumpy.
Just to sort of sneak through this person's garden.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just run
It's
your
like
garden.
many people have been doing it because it's so much faster.
We should contact that guy. Like, can we just buy your garden like Buller Road? It's, I mean,
Yes, 10 million.
It seems like he actually has a gate on his garden at this point, on both sides.
well,
He's
we
got
picked the
fence.
locks. Picked
Oh,
the
No,
locks.
it doesn't have locks in it. It's basically like a gate and there's like a second gate then to get into his main bit of his garden.
Electrified.
Like vault the fence.
Yeah, we have like rope
So
with us.
we can
We
use some
climb.
of the neighbors' place.
Yeah. Sure. Well, let's see here. Where is the?
Okay, are people allowed to move in and out of the district hall again?
Yes. Those strange versions of Kellendor and Velendor seem to be gone.
It's gonna look kind of weird, like all 5 of us showing up at Miss Rose's house, even if we know where she lives.
That's no
You know,
problem.
it's gonna look weird as hell.
Slow Arkenbragen guards.
She's
Actually,
so.
Laurel will it's kind of time to do something like that. So, come time to make Laurel House Arkenbrack a sigil and put you guys in all matching colors at some point. So that people don't have to ask like, who are these? They're my guards.
You know, Riff and Raphael can do that at like a flick of the finger, basically.
Yeah, but he doesn't really know what colors or symbol he wants. So
We will have a little crest or something, maybe.
now just take the
Sleeves.
colors of Northside, whatever they may be.
Yeah, what are the colors?
I guess it's like black and like sort of moldy brown. something like
No, the actual colours of Northside are actually black and red.
black
Oh.
and
You know, I love that combination.
they all look like vampire guard. Yeah,
Is it like body black and trim red kind of deal?
Well, it doesn't have it, but there isn't like an official armor, so you can flavour it either way.
You know, there you go.
Well, I mean, of course, it's
is
always got
the
to be
official
trim
one.
red.
It should be like the trim just red. and
Like, you can't
the whole
have body
black.
red.
See that
It's just not
black.
is now
Yeah,
the
yeah.
that is now the official armor. That has been written into the district
Constitution.
law.
Then, yeah, Riff would totally have a black
Do
dress.
we have
with
like an
red-
animal as some sigil as well?
The district
So they
does
did-
have,
maybe
have
the
an
key-
animal sigil.
The like,
Is it a
half
hawk?
dead armadillo.
No, no.
The
Yeah,
roadkill.
Though I am actually surprised, Jake, because the city symbol is an armadillo. This district.
Armadillo.
Good shot.
I have a
Really good.
picture. I think I have a picture here for what our political meetings are gonna look like now that we know these are the colors we're using.
Black and red armadillo.
No, I'm
North
posting
Muleback Crossing armadillos.
this is probably what it's
Oh
gonna
God!
look like.
Yes, it is.
As always.
North side prevails.
Exactly.
That is, you know.
That is actually
Gold
perfect
is
and
the thing he
unintentional.
knows what to do.
That is unintentionally perfect. I like it.
That is actually perfect.
Strength through unity, unity through faith.
He was hidden away in the
And we
oh,
turn
that's
this
black
now we turn
bags.
this district into a theocracy.
North side prevails.
North side. North side.
Yes,
Gonna
yes,
install.
yes.
It's gonna install like huge like screens everywhere. So
Like
Banners.
banners.
We already have like loudspeakers.
We have loudspeakers, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not banners? Screw it, just banners on every
every
like street corner. There's a banner.
This would be the most nationalistic district in
anim-
You know, that I actually
animated
thought was a terrible
animated
idea.
portraits like that,
God.
where like Laurel is looking down at you and talking to you about unity and strength.
But all in like a gas mask with like welding glasses and stuff.
For the people watching the recording, these are V for Vendetta, basically. We're on that.
They're pictures from the V for Vendetta like fake fascist party. It's called Norse Fire. It's the party name.
Yeah,
North side.
The North Side.
And then we have our secret prison facility.
Yep.
Where,
So
oh,
yeah,
well.
so what does Polly do?
Suppose we
Well,
go
where
to
does
that lady's
that
house,
girl
yeah?
live?
She doesn't have residence in here.
She doesn't live in the city?
No.
Where does she live?
Where's she
Uh,
staying?
Where is she staying? That's a good thing to find out.
Raphael, where's she staying?
Let's see here.
Can Raphael make me a knowledge local with a plus?
Sniff her out.
He totally pulls out like a notebook. With
Yep, a little
women's
black
names
book.
and
Why, I
addresses.
followed her the other day, and
And yeah, well,
Knowledge local with a plus
the
5.
little birds.
this
+5 for being an excellent stalker.
Charmer, please.
Yeah, same thing.
You do know where she's been staying. She's been staying at a rather nice inn in the Gold District.
The Gold District.
To the
yes.
Gold District.
Through to the Gold District.
We can show Drongar your brand new rapier that Riff slaved over for over a week.
It is rather beautiful. Let's see. Let's let me cut through here and here. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me. Excuse me, pardon me. Hello.
I like it. I like
Hi,
it.
Mom. How you doing?
Move aside, plebs.
Knock, knock.
Lord Mayor coming through.
Sound of hooves smashing stone.
Bollard blowing a trumpet. Brrr.
Yeah, very poorly as
I,
well.
I,
Just like.
there we go.
Make way!
I've gone ahead and marked the inn in the
Prince
gold
Ali.
district.
All hail Prince Ali.
Whenever Laurel walks, he always walks sort of very. It's clear that he has somewhere to be, and like walking is not sort of enjoyable activity. It's just something he does to get where he needs to go. Like it's very, what's it called?
Something he must endure to get
Yeah.
where he needs to go.
It's like he's trying to minimize it,
Yeah.
and he sort of go. He basically, if there's a place, he goes straight towards it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We surround the
meandering.
place.
Hang on. What? Is that a Nairu in the bay? What?
Yes.
That is Nairu Bay.
It's an Easter egg.
Oh, secret Nairu.
You must collect all 57 throughout the campaign.
Ah,
57.
oh,
Ah.
That's the first of
Well,
57
there's two.
Nairu collected.
yeah.
Are you serious? Because I'm looking now.
Now we're
Quick, get screenshots and then just zoom. Just like after session, keep looking.
exactly. If we collect all of them, we get a secret bonus.
Bonus, though, I will not reveal yet.
Oh, Raphael will sweep
Well, now
it.
you got to do it because I'll look if you tell me it's real.
Yeah.
Goes
I
up to
doubt
the
it.
bartender or barkeeper or whoever's in charge of this place.
Hang on.
Mistress.
Shouldn't you like?
This most
Like,
smilish.
what does this tavern look like?
It is a. Well, it's not a tavern, it's an inn. It's a. It's a multi-story, quite large inn with quite nice windows looking right out over the bay.
We
Oh, pretty.
we should probably have the best liar in the group talk to the
Why?
to the owner, because I don't think they're just going to go, oh yeah, of course she's up there, of course, yeah.
I'm the
Well,
Lord
actually,
Mayor.
it's quite easy to see her as you walk in, though.
Oh, okay, she out and about. Alright.
She seems to be sitting in the VIP area.
Well, we have a Lord Mayor, so
Hello,
Yeah.
And more importantly, you have Raphael.
yes, yeah, no, well.
Oh, walks in looking important. He's got rather good at that after per now.
Raphael walks in and looks dashing.
Then,
He looks at her and says, "Ah, Mrs. Ross, it is beautiful to see you again."
She waves the guards to the side at the entrance to the VIP area.
No, he doesn't even notice the guards.
He just walks.
Sit.
like-
Yeah, he just sweeps in. Ah, he looks around. Dear Rose, may I call you Rose?
May I call you Frenzy?
He smiles. I have some friends with me. I told them all about you and the wonderful time we had on the dance floor, and they were just dying to meet you. He looks around. Perhaps we have some place to talk in. Well, not so many are listening.
Very well. We can go up to my room. I'm just saying, dying is probably not the best word.
It is very apt.
She takes you up to her room, which is basically, imagine like a penthouse suite in like a hotel.
Yeah,
That's the good shit.
yeah. First hotel room is good.
Quick, to the minibar. To the minibar.
Baller starts emptying the minibar first.
He gets all the tiny
She's-
whiskey bottles.
She takes you out. She takes you out to a nice desk near the window. It looks out straight over the bay here. It's actually a rather beautiful view. Like this room, looking around. This is not a cheap room.
Of course not. Well, Ross, after the unfortunate incident at the well, now defunct halfling house, me and my friends have been doing some thinking. And basically, we want to talk to you about a few of these things. This is Laurel. He is the Lord Mayor of Northside and a good friend. This is Rithralin. She is a sorceress. He smiles.
Riv smiles and like nods in a way of yes, yeah, you got it right that time.
And this is a lovely Zoe. She is just lovely. And this is Bollard. He is
The blue.
he
Pollard smiles.
Zoe curtsy to her. She says,
Namara gives
I'm-
a double curtsy, one to Laurel, one to Zoe.
so he says, I'm sorry, Florus.
It is nice to meet you.
It's,
Likewise.
yes, good.
May I interest you in a drink?
Yes,
So,
please.
No thanks.
She,
I-
gra- she grabs herself a bottle of wine and pours a glass for herself.
Ripper will use Mage Hand to pour a glass for herself as well.
I was not used to this pleasant atmosphere during an interrogation.
She's clearly not feeling the heat.
Ah, well, Raphael will have a glass of wine and, you know, he'll sit down rakishly.
So I'm sure you know why we've come visiting.